Welcome back to RPG Pals Club. This week, I'm not in charge of shit. I'm Luke.
I'm the captain now.
Yep. Because of multiple reasons, we're going to be playtesting Sahoni's game this week instead of returning to Waterdeep.
It's not really playtesting. I mean, the game's done.
We're just playing it ourselves.
Yes, it's more of just playing it before it's released.
We get the early access shit, baby.
Yo, what up, fam? It's me, your boy Luke. We're here streaming exceptionals today. We got this shit right off the box. We're going to do an unboxing. We are going to make a bake with it. It is going to not have a soggy bottom. Turning it over now.
In the quiet of the night, the mall seemed to carry a sense of desolate grandeur. Like a forgotten temple, it was something with a purpose and no people to serve. The only music, the far-off piping of a corporate-sponsored tune that never turned off, to the ire of employees. And the only lights, the faint glow of emergency lighting and whatever ambient light the skylight from above provided. There were no children begging to walk through a toy store as payment for all the waiting they had to endure, no older woman jogging by in whipping windbreakers, nor trendy teens audibly whispering about the people they're watching. The fountain was shut down for the night and the stores were shuttered. Just a janitor, his thoughts, and his job. It was the only part of his job that he liked. It certainly wasn't his pay. Son of a... A loud, venomous voice came out from behind him, snapping the janitor out of his trance as the floor buffer died in his hands. A sour-looking bald man in a boring suit sat on the floor, wincing in pain. I should have you fired for your negligence. What if I'd been a customer? It was the site manager and owner of the mall. Sorry, sir, the janitor said, glancing at the bright yellow warning signs already set up around his work area. It won't happen again. See that it doesn't, the man says, looking down at him with the same regard someone might give a dead rat before taking his leave. Asshole, I don't even work for you, the janitor muttered to himself. Days like this, he just wanted a way out. Any way out from here. A dead-end job and a dead-end place without anyone that appreciated him. It was a wish the universe was happy to grant him, leaving nothing behind but the echo of a floor buffer falling against tile. Okay. How about we go around the table and kind of introduce who all you're playing? You don't necessarily need to go into detail. Just kind of just a brief sentence synopsis of who you're thinking about playing, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's start with you, Luke.
Oh, now I'm at the top. I see how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to start.
Welcome to the other side of the table.
I feel so much power to disrupt things now.
The chaos pulses within you.
Now I hold the Chaos Emeralds, chuckled Barack Hussein Obama.
Oh, the chaos emeralds.
Yes. I am going to be playing Solomon Key.
Very choice name.
Thank you. He is a 19-year-old community college dropout who is an assistant manager at King Burger. And he has the power to animate objects. It works better if he knows what these objects are, and he also has access to Hell's Gachapon, which, with a release of Sulfur, dispenses tiny Gachapon figures of various origins.
Big quotation marks.
I assume you can have homies, but they're alive.
Yeah, I can make them alive. It's sort of if I can get a card, like one of those cards out of an actual vending machine, I can put it in and I can control like what comes out that way. Otherwise, I have no idea. Is this a figure of Blanche from Golden Girls? I guess.
Hopefully Hell's Gachapon is lenient on your personal interpretations of what Blanche from Golden Girls looks like.
Very,
Oh,
very,
no.
very melty faced.
Alternate universe Blanche.
Frank Cho designed this Blanche.
RB, how about you?
All right, I'm Eric, aka Rhythm Bastard, and I am going to be playing Chad Smith. He is the star quarterback of the local football team. He is 18 years old, and his mutant power is that his right eye communicates it to him distresses from alternate timelines. And sometimes that gets pretty inconvenient in a high schooler's typical daily lives, because he's captain of the football team, he's dating a hot cheerleader, and like alternate timelines are trying to warn him of danger. So that's a lot of stress.
Cool. Okay. And finally, Madison, how about you?
Hello, I'm playing Dei Sullivan, local graffiti gremlin and weed dealer for the high school. You know, the sort of kid who kind of got hit real hard with that senioritis and decided, I don't have to try that hard. I live in Nebraska. Things don't happen in Nebraska. And her power is that she has a big spooky chimera form. A big ol' were monster, you know?
Very nice. Welcome to Haven, Nebraska, whose biggest claim to fame is that it's home to the county fair and the world's largest fiberglass corn sculpture that marks it. In truth, Haven isn't much of a safe harbor to much of anything but complacency with the concept of normalcy, with the exception of giant corn statues, of course. There wasn't much to do in Haven, but what you did have over the surrounding area was the Silverwood Plaza Mall, a massive monument to 80s consumerist excess, Frankenstein together out of glass, plaster, brick, and steel, the only place to be. Chances are, if you needed to get something done or something to do, you were at the mall. Especially if you were a teen. It was 3 layers of shopping, jobs, and hangout spots, all centered around an elaborate and expensive Vegas-style fountain, complete with lights and music, and unlike many similar venues, it was alive with just about any shop you can think of. So I'm going to go ahead and say, what's Solomon doing in the mall today? I want to know.
So Solomon is doing his like normal walk through the mall, seeing if anything new might have opened up. Like all of the Suncoast videos and such are, I think, shut down. There might have been a Hot Topic once, but there are some people who really protested against it, and so the mall developer, I think, kicked out the Hot Topic. And so it's just walking around a place that you've been before with the hope that something new might be in here.
Mm-hmm. Do you think anyone's giving him kind of odd stares, I guess?
Not really. I mean, Solomon is your generic, scrubby nerd.
Yeah, what does Solomon look like? Give us a description here.
He is a white guy with a very just awful beard. And when I say beard, it's more of like a clump of 20 scraggly black hairs. And, I mean, I think you can sort of get that picture. If he isn't wearing his work uniform, it's t-shirts that he's either had for 20 years or that he's gotten from anime conventions and that sort of thing. Today, I think it's like a Nebraska Anime Expo shirt with a, unfortunately, like, oh, I don't know how old this sexualized girl is supposed to be, but she's sure flashing her ass.
Yeah. So you're probably at least getting, like, grandma stares.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you're going through the store, I think you're going to start getting text from your manager at the King Burger asking you to come in on your day off.
Solomon's not a fan of that, but he texts, yeah, I'll be there as soon as I can.
Yeah. How does Solomon feel about that? Do they feel exploited, I guess?
No, I mean, he's going to get paid for it. It's overtime at this point. I think it's probably like a Saturday or a Sunday.
Oh, please, they've been keeping you under hours.
I don't know. He is an assistant manager.
Yeah, since when does a chain like that actually care, honestly?
Well, I think that Jody, who is the actual day shift manager when Solomon normally works, isn't as bad about that compared to Keith, the night manager.
Well, unfortunately, it's Keith.
Oh. So is it the afternoon right now then? Is that when Keith is telling me to come in?
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh, if it's Keith then it's a totally different situation.
Mm-hmm.
I text that I can't come in right now. I am helping someone out.
Okay. Well, he's gonna keep sending you text, and it's going to be really awkward, especially since your phone keeps going off and doing very loud anime openings as it's I guess notification sound.
Excuse me. It is Hatsune Miku saying you have a text. You have a text.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is your ringtone Head Chala or Cruel Angel's Thesis?
It's One Winged Angel.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're working with here. Got it. Point is, it is going to continue happening until you feel some sort of pressure or you are social pressure of some kind, because I have this is a one shot and I need you to work with me.
Okay. Then yes.
Okay. It is as you're feeling this, you also get one extra text.
Mm-hmm.
You get a text from an unknown number, and it doesn't. In fact, like, it doesn't even have a name next to it. It just kind of has a bunch of pixels that say, "I'm sorry," and then you feel a pull, something that starts in your mind and pulls backwards.
Where am I being pulled to?
I'm gonna get back to you in a second.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Next, I'm gonna check on Chad Smith.
Chad Smith is probably waiting to meet up with his bros at like a restaurant or something for an after practice dinner, and he's at GNC getting some protein powder in the meantime.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah. Love those funky smells.
Exactly.
Chad's newly transitioned into kind of being a Geno, aren't they?
Yeah. It's been around for about a couple months, and it's the thing where the longer you're with him and get to know him, the distress calls from alternate timelines tend to get a bit louder. So a lot of his normal friends are starting to like give him a bit of distance because, hey, you don't know where these voices come from and you only hear them when you're with this one specific person.
Yeah. So by the way, is there any kind of visual tells?
His right eye gets a little sickly looking and starts turning yellow, and it's not like it glosses over anything, but like it's very noticeable.
Like a cat's eye yellow?
Yeah, like a cat's eye yellow.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for Chad, that yellow is happening right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He just pays for his shit, and then the employee, like, he just has this blank look on his face, like, oh shit, it's happening again. The employee looks at him, hands him back his stuff, and then, like, leaves the till.
Yeah, I'm saying out of the corner of your eye as you're paying for something, you see a girl in like a big jean jacket with a big curly hair and a side ponytail in the glass.
And
then as you go to look, she's gone.
Okay.
But there's wet footprints in the doorway.
What are the footprints made out of? Or are they just wet?
They're just wet. It's water.
Okay. I go to follow the footprints on my way out.
Okay. People seem to be kind of staring at you very weird because I don't think they notice the footprints. People are certainly tracking through them unburdened, and they're definitely noticing your eye. How does that make you feel?
I'm used to being the center of attention, but not like this. And it's more like, I'm starting to feel a little bit more put off than I usually am. Because it's like, oh, wait a second. Oh, I'm used to getting like, yay, stairs, not, oh, stairs.
Yeah.
So after a bit, I just kind of like stopped trying to like follow it as casually as possible and, make it look like I'm scratching my forehead to cover up the eye.
Mm-hmm. Well, then not long after that, you feel the same tug through your head. And as someone kind of passes by you, you're gone.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what Dee's up to.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Dee is in the bottom floor ladies' bathroom. Toilet closed, sitting on top, basically drawing on the inside door with a big, thick Sharpie marker.
Mm-hmm. What are they drawing out of curiosity? I'm actually really curious about this.
It's a big ol' like a spray bottle.
Uh-huh.
And a nasty looking like it looks like a little virus or germ.
Okay.
That says all germs leave this place.
I love it.
Specifically with the periods between them.
Mm-hmm. Why do they feel compelled to make this piece of art in particular?
It felt appropriate in a bathroom.
Okay.
At the most part, they don't feel like, yeah, fuck germs. Which, germs in this are genome exclusionist radical mutants, which are basically, fucking mutant turfs, yeah?
Yeah, they're basically mutant turfs,
Yeah.
and they're terrible and framed as such. Specifically, they are people who believe that non-passing mutants harm mutant causes, or they claim that, and use it to kind of to try to push all sort of very harmful views that hurt other people, and it ain't good.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck GERFs, but don't have sex with them.
Yeah.
Fuck germs. Yeah, they're not allowed to use the bathroom anymore.
Yeah. And I think as you're doing this, piping over the music system is a very kind of muffled, staticky cover of I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany.
Oh, how appropriate.
And Billy Joe Armstrong.
No, specifically Tiffany.
No, I know.
In this case.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And I think the water in the stall next to you is going to start to flood.
Nah, fuck.
And with that, you feel a tug.
Oh. Both a tug to get out of here or a tug somewhere in specific? Because...
A tug into another time and space.
Oh!
Yes.
That's a different kind of tug.
Yes. When you all came to, you found yourself in a food court. It felt like you'd been stuck on the centrifugal force ride at the state fair, while a man with particularly shaky hands took a dull butter knife to your very thoughts. You were pulled thoughts first through a rabbit hole, followed soon by whatever you considered bones and flesh. It left you with a headache you couldn't quite tell if it was yours, and words flashing in your head. I'm so sorry. But it was a food court. Even you could tell that through the dull throb as everything came into the focus, including those sitting at a table around you. It wasn't your food court, but it looked similar. The shop seemed to change as soon as your eyes left them, and the logos are off. Everything seemed to give a faint fluorescent light of their own, from the hard plastic table to the neon-hued mannequins of all shapes and sizes that populated the space, posed in various positions like ordering food, standing in line, or cleaning at their table, and only moving when your eyes weren't on them. How are you all reacting to this, I suppose?
Confused.
Yeah, confused.
kind of squinting and glaring at everything, trying to figure out what the fuck just happened, because they were definitely not outside earlier. They were in the bathroom.
Yeah, but now you are definitely in a food court. And it looks a lot like your food court, but everything just feels like a few degrees off. And that's probably helped by, again, the light and the just a crowd of brightly colored mannequins.
Do they have a Rax in here?
A what?
A Rax. It's
Oh.
like Arby's except different.
Uh,
Oh wait, nope, that's Ohio Regional. Never mind.
yes. No, this is Nebraska.
We don't get racks.
You do not get racks.
Is there a Wawa's?
No. Again, very regional. This is strictly a Sabaro zone only.
Ah,
Oh god.
Well, there's plenty of other things, but you are indeed in the zone, and it's full of these neon mannequins, and you are with these people that I guess you tangentially know each other in some way.
Yeah.
Though how much of you know each other, I guess, is largely up to you.
right.
You do know them. It's a small-ish town. You probably all went to school together.
I've seen him around.
I feel like Solomon has had to chase D away from like trying to do weed deals behind the drive-through line.
Mm-hmm.
I got kicked out of the behind the King Burger many a time.
Mm-hmm.
Like a naughty raccoon trying to get at that good garbage.
I mean, they do have surprisingly good curly onion ring fries.
Oh my god.
They're even better the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Toast them up nice.
Yeah. So I guess, like, who's the first to talk, and what are you going to say to the rest of them?
Are we all sitting at like a table together, or?
Yeah, no, you are all at the same table, looking directly at each other.
I put my hands on the table and kind of temple my fingers, and I go, so I bet you're wondering why I brought you here today.
Yes, I'm really wondering that.
Chad is kind of fiddling with his eye a little bit, making it look like he's rubbing it, but it's like, hey, is this thing busted? But he's like,
your eye is in just overdrive right now. It's not really doing anything, just that it's very yellow, like it's reacting to something.
okay.
Why? How and why did he bring us here?
So actually that was a joke. I did not bring us here, and I don't know where the fuck we are.
Solomon turns to Chad to just look at Chad now.
How's Chad handling this, I guess?
Chad is pretty worried because, like, this is like, oh shit, this damn thing has gotten me even more in trouble. And he is with two people who aren't really part of his social stratus.
Yeah.
We're on like opposite ends of the social universe.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, who invited you two guys? Like, he's not being an active dick to them. It's just like, oh, wait a second. Hold on. What happened?
Mm-hmm. Is anyone, like, trying to get a grasp of where they are, I guess?
I'm going to, Solomon is going to check his phone.
Okay. You are getting no signal.
Okay. Have any of you seen Trapped in the Dungeon Realm Surprise Party? Because this, I think this is like that. We have entered into a fantasy world, and we are going to have to find our way out of this and probably learn a lesson, and we'll get some cool powers.
That doesn't sound like a show. That just sounds like a complete sentence, which sounds like an emo band. Because for a brief second, I forgot it was modern time and not 2005 or something.
I mean, I already have cool powers, but if I get a cool sword, I'm down.
Well, yeah, I mean, you, okay. I've got, like, magical powers, but you're like a Geno power person?
I kind of put one fist up in the air and like clap my other hand on it and just like mute up that one hand.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's a small town. You probably know each other as Genos just by reputation.
Hmm.
Even if you're not acknowledging that what you're doing, what you can do is Geno derived.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
Yes.
Solomon is an idiot in a lot of ways.
Very, very much so. Hey, Chad, can you do something for me?
Sure.
I want you to roll 2d10.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any tags that are specific to observation, I guess?
Well, as quarterback, he does have to kind of know who to throw the ball to and what kind of play to make on the fly. So, yes, that would probably be under the athlete.
What's that tag for me?
Power tag. What is a non-physical skill that your sport has drilled into you? And I wrote it down as knowing who to pass the ball to and when to let the ball go.
Yeah, I'm going to say that one doesn't apply here.
Okay.
So just give me a flat 2d10 roll.
All right. That is 3 into 0. That is a 3.
Isn't 0 and 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, zero.
zero's
Okay,
10.
yeah. So
That's
I got a 13. Lucky 13.
Yeah. You are noticing a bit more, a bit more kind of details of what's going on around you than everyone else as they, I guess, kind of chat about whatever.
Right.
You're seeing that, like, none of the stores seem to line up. Everything seems to be from different eras.
Okay.
And they change when you're not looking. Sometimes the McDonald's changes menu items that are definitely not there these days. You swear you saw the McHot Dog
Right.
on the menu at one point. And there's also like a constant muted playlist of 80s city pop in the background.
80s city pop.
Yes.
I'm just going to ask this aloud for the audience. What is city pop?
Okay, it's a genre of pop music that's kind of chill and mellow and low key. A lot of it is the stuff that you that went into making kind of mall soft and mallcore things, like all those videos that you see about like abandoned malls.
Okay.
What's playing in the background there?
Okay.
Yes. So you are in a surreal space, and these mannequins are definitely moving when you are not looking at them.
Okay. So Chad is looking Chad is looking around him, and he's looking at the McDonald's across the street, and it's like, I didn't know they brought the McRib back this time of year.
The McRib is back?
They get off on withholding.
No, but he looks back, and it's like, none of these stores look like they're from, current times. And like he points to a GNC that he sees out of the corner of his eyes, like that logo's been changed. Like that looks like the old logo for GNC.
There's like a cardboard cutout of like Arnold Schwarzenegger holding up protein powder.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Flexing
Yeah.
and... Oh.
Like, it's not exactly him, but it's kind of like an approximation of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in fact, as you were looking out at other stores around you, you see give me a second. I have to scroll down to something else. You see a clothing store that's across from the food court. And a bit of water is pouring out from the door of this. It's flooding, and you see movement and two figures of teen girls appear.
What do these teen girls look like?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
They hot?
I mean, for a time, I suppose. I don't know how you get such good grades in Miss Yeller's class, CJ. A girl in braces and an oversized sweater says as she folded away a shirt before sliding it into a paper bag. It's called studying, Claire, another girl said across the table from her. And she had a hint of a laugh in her voice. She had big, wavy hair and probably enough product to warrant caution around open flames. You should try it sometime. You recognize, you specifically, recognize this as the girl that you saw in the glass.
Okay.
It's math though. Ugh, I just can't. Can't I just like, yeah, I don't know, marry a rich, pretty millionaire boyfriend who will sweep me off my feet to the lifestyles of the rich and famous I clearly deserve, she said in a pleading tone. Then at least I can hire people to do the quadratic equation for me. Millionaires in Haven? You're more likely to be struck by lightning, CJ said back, folding her own set of clothes. My mom says we have to wait for college for that. There was something about the way she said it that made it very clear that she didn't think much of that plan. Ah, that's right. That's where the doctors and lawyers are. The ones we're supposed to marry. Which means we're going to need math. Ugh. What am I even going to use this for? Who knows? Probably nothing. But I just want to get out of Haven, you know? When you're right, you're right. Gag me. With a spoon, CJ said in agreement. But studying isn't that hard. I can show you some tricks I know. If you want to come to my house after work, you know, if you want. What are you doing when you see this? When you see these people, you can hear this talk because it's cutting over the loudspeaker just a little bit.
Okay. Chad fixes his eye, and he probably thinks that this is another timeline thing, but it's but you know, it's like it's another like, oh shit, this Geno bullshit again. Mm-hmm. And he keeps observing them for a little bit, seeing if like there's anything weird, like if they flicker out or glitch out or something like that.
Okay. They're not flickering out, but you can tell with your eye, but it's only out of the yellow eye that they are insubstantial in some way. What about you, the other two? How are you kind of handling this, I guess? You've just seen a store partially flood and these people appear.
I want to go up and try to animate one of the mannequins using my powers.
You want to go up to one of the mannequins?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How close are you getting to them?
I have to physically touch them to activate my power.
Okay.
If this happens, I kind of put both of my hands up in the air and be like, listen, this is superhero bullshit. Somebody fucking call the... I don't know. Who are the guys in New York again? You can call one of those guys.
My phone doesn't work.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can animate one of these because I have no idea if these mannequins are supposed to be anything, so they should take whatever residual personalities they would have.
As you get close and you touch your hand on one of these mannequins, it is one of like a soccer mom of some kind. They are wearing like the yoga pants and the striped top, and it looks like they are have like a big oversized purse around them, because these are very much a clothing store mannequins, but this one in particular is a sort of cherry red. As you touch this one, you hear in your head and out loud in a whisper, I wonder if my husband will actually leave me this time.
Huh. Is it animating otherwise, or is it still just doing the thing? Like, I turned my head away to look away from it, and then when I look back, has it moved?
Yeah, when you look away and then look back, she's checking in her purse idly.
Okay, so my animation powers didn't work.
No, it does not. These are animate in their own right.
All right, we're dealing with something weird here.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, no kidding. We got pulled out of our fucking timelines, and now we're in Hell Mall. Cool.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm Sullivan. I know I've chased you out of the King Burger parking lot before, because you do weed.
Yeah, I do the weed. You want some? Honestly, like, this is the time to try some.
I got called into a shift right before. You know Keith? He's the guy who... Wait, have you sold to Keith before?
Keith. Potentially. I don't give out the names of my other customers, if you will say.
Fair. I mean, I'd love to get that guy fired. He is an asshole. He just wears tank tops when he's supposed to be a manager.
Listen, wet my palms a little, and maybe I can convince him to try some. Or I'll tell you when I give it. I don't know.
All right. Well, we need to figure our way out of this, which I'm pretty sure we have standard rules here where we need to learn a lesson about ourselves and figure out what's going on. Have any of you seen Virtual Monsters? Because this sort of Gestalt time period reminds me a lot of that.
You watch a lot of anime, huh?
Yes.
I haven't seen that, but let's learn our lesson, everybody.
Chad just rubs his eyebrow and go, oh, Jesus. It's like, all right, well, I guess that's the only way we're going to get back. I got meeting up with whatever friends I have left after this Geno bullshit, so, let's do this. Yay.
Okay. Wait, so have you seen no anime then?
I mean, like, I've watched a couple, but it's like, it's like, you did some weed and it's 4 a.m. and you don't really want to go to sleep, but you want to watch some pretty colors, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't watch for the plot.
Fair.
What's the one where the guy goes, "You are already dead," and then punches him in the face a lot? I've seen that one.
You mean Big Punch Family?
Maybe?
Oh, you might be thinking of the remake Big Punch Family World Tour.
Sure, we'll go with that one.
Love those big punches.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, here's the
just-
thing. Out of character. Chad's a jock, but I feel like in modern times, like, a couple of them watch anime, or at least grew up watching whatever this in-universe equivalent of Dragon Ball Z is.
Yeah.
So, like, he's not a weeb at, like, Solomon's level, but, he's not completely alien to the concept. It's just that
Yeah, no.
when you start going to the deep cuts, he's like, oh.
Too deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have seen Mystic Orbs of the Dragon Adventure,
Okay.
and they might have seen Mystic Orbs of the Dragon Adventure, The Start of the Sun.
Right.
Wasn't there another remake, too?
Oh, you're talking about Mystic Orb of the Dragon Adventure Fast Cut.
I might have watched that one.
I remember there was this one anime with pirates that was called Several Pieces of Gold.
Several treasures.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, if you watch the initial dub of that, it's awful. Because they don't have the rap theme song like the true anime fans appreciate. Because that's what the Japanese initial episode had. But I think that the company that initially dubbed it thought that it was too complicated.
Wait, so are you telling me that the Five Kids one isn't very good? Because I watched the Five
No.
Kids one.
Yeah, no, the Five Kids one didn't have the rap intro. Just as the Japanese series
I
had.
missed out on the rap intro?
Oh yeah, it's I don't have access to any of my data here, otherwise I would pull it up.
Listen, we learn our lesson, we get out of this hell mall, and then you show me that rap intro.
I will do that. Because I mean that's just the first rap intro. They change it like every 20 episodes. It's wild.
My god.
Hey, can I get one of you to roll? Can I get both of you to roll, actually, for me? Do you have any perception-based things that you think might come into play?
Perception-based things.
And it doesn't need to be necessarily sight. Just, something that makes you better at noticing what's around you.
Oh, you mean like how I studied pop culture and animation at community college?
No.
Now you get a disadvantage to your roll.
Yeah. Now I'm taking a dice away.
Fair enough.
No, you get to keep your dice. That's not how this game works.
I don't know if it 100% applies, but I am very good at breaking and entering, which might mean that I have to keep an eye on my surroundings to not get caught doing those things.
My character consumes a lot of anime and mostly retains it even though he misses out on important things like themes, so he might have noticed something but wouldn't understand if there is a greater meaning to it.
That's perfectly fine. I am going to ask what your rolls are regardless. I don't think you guys have any bonuses in particular that might apply here.
I got 12.
Okay.
I got 17.
How what about you? What are you doing over there, Chad?
Oh, do I roll as well?
Well, I don't know what you've been doing while these two are talking about anime. So,
Well,
he also joined in the conversation.
Yeah,
about
okay.
anime.
yeah, but then when he started talking about the various rap intros, he just kind of zoned out a bit.
So, you may not have the best advantage here.
Okay.
I want to see what your roll is as well.
You get a
Alright.
minus for anime overload.
All right, 14.
Okay, actually, all three of you are going to notice, from the corner of your eye, you see a bit of movement. A bearded man with wild hair and eyes and a stained jumpsuit peers out of the door frames of a nearby shop. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is like a Pacific Sun.
Oh God.
And he's very urgently whispering, "Come here! Hurry! Quick! Come here! Now! Here!"
Oh, like as soon as Solomon sees the Pacific Sun, he is heading over there.
He is like wildly like gesturing, eyes wild. He looks I want to say that he looks a little bit like I'm trying to remember his name. He looks a little bit like Jason Mantzoukas.
Let me look up who Jason Mantzoukas is.
You know, Raffi from the League.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah. Looks a little bit like Jason Mantzoukas, but his eyes are wild. His hair is to match, and he is holed up in this Pacific Sun. As Solomon gets him, he's like, "Yes, good, hide."
I guess I run over there as well.
Is everyone going over to the man in the stained jumpsuit?
Oh my God. I mean, if he dies, he's not gonna be able to show me the anime intros.
Yeah, that's fair. As you all kind of duck in and take a place hiding, you notice two things. One is a sort of Pepe Sylvia conspiracy map made out of various skater clothes that he's made on the floor behind you. And the second is you see gray figures and gray security uniforms marching through the halls. It was hard to call them human. Their eyes seemed to slide too far off their face. Their arms were too long and fused to large club-like flashlights. They gathered around one of the neon mannequins shaped like a shoplifter, pilfering from a kiosk, and they looked like ants that were inspecting a particularly large and vulnerable grub before violently shattering them with their large club, reducing what was once a human-shaped figure to a colorful pile of dust.
Ooh.
Yeah. How are you guys reacting to that?
As somebody who probably occasionally partakes in the shoplifting.
Mm-hmm.
That's spooky. Don't like that one bit.
Chad looks on in wonderment. What the fuck are these things?
Well, the guy who in the janitor's uniform shushes you once more, and you see these large, kind of almost pig-like nostrils flaring, as if trying to figure out what made that noise before shuffling off once more.
Solomon is currently distracted by the wall of anime that he has not seen in years that is worth several $100s on eBay.
Oh no! This is a skate and surf shop.
Oh! I was thinking of Suncoast.
Oh no! This is Pacific Sun.
Run.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, no. Solomon is watching in this case, and he also mistook Pacific Sun for Suncoast.
He gets in there, he's like,
Very
oh
disappointed.
man.
Like, there's a Hawaiian shirt in here, but it does not have pictures of Punch Carrot.
Oh no, absolutely not. This is, it has a nice selection of skateboards hung on the wall. They're not really there so you can buy a skateboard. They're there to kind of decorate their clothing shop, so you know who the intended audience is.
Mm-hmm.
Skaters.
Yes. And he goes, "Oh, thank God. Okay. You all must be new here.
Well, yeah, we're real new to the Hell Mall.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Hell Mall. I've been here a month.
What the fuck?
What year do you think it is?
It's 2020. I know what year it is."
Oh, okay. No, that's what it is. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like, I thought I'd been in here for a month, but it's really been 40 years. Because, I mean, that would really suck.
Right. So you are from the outside.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do not know how this place works, do you?
Not at all.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I have some bad news for you. Have you ever... Do you know about crab traps?
What traps?
Crab traps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From the famous fishing anime, Crab Trapper Japoto.
Huh?
Okay, I'm not talking to that nerd. Do any of you know about crab traps?
I've seen them, but don't really know how they work.
Okay, so he's gonna gesture to his Pepe Sylvia wall, which is used a lot of food packets that he probably pilfered from the food court to draw pictures.
I can appreciate the artistry of such a found pieces figure.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that this is, your cool conspiracy wall. Why don't you tell us about it?
Okay, so this place works like a crab trap. It finds people who want to leave, want to escape, not be where they are, and they get in here and they can't leave. And I have some other bad news. This place is endless. It wraps in on itself, and there's no way out. You can't get out, just like the crabs in the crab trap.
Oh, cool. We're crabs now.
Kind of. But I'm not sure, but I maybe there's a way out. You can't really get anywhere around here unless you want to go to a place. This is a place that works on intentions.
Ah, I see. So we aren't in a alternate world anime. We're in a horror anime, so we need to figure out how to get out of here before all of us dies. Chances are there's only going to be one survivor.
Again, I'm not talking to this nerd. He says, just like gesturing his hand there. Okay, so this place works on intentions. You can't, and maybe if you have the intentions to go home, you can leave, but you need something. Maybe like an anchor. And he gestures to like a different part of his weird conspiracy wall, where he's like, "Have you seen The Wizard of Oz?"
Okay, now that one they made us watch a couple of times in school. So yes, I have actually seen The Wizard of Oz.
It's like the ruby slippers. Okay, Dorothy could always go home, but she needed to understand what the slippers were about.
She had to be told by a man on how to get home.
Well, no, she was told by the Great Fairy, Glinda the Good Witch.
Wait. So if you know all of this, then what are you still doing here?
Because I don't have an anchor. I don't have something to return to. But if you do, maybe you can.
So we just have to go exploring through this hell mall filled with whatever the fuck those were outside and find our anchors? Because I assume it's not anything in my pockets. I start jingling around in my pockets.
Probably not, but this mall is endless and filled with endless possibilities. If you want something, it might exist in this mall. It would just need to be something kind of symbolic to what you want to return to. Whatever that might be. And there's probably like a second part. You probably need to find someplace thin, someplace that reminds you of home, I guess.
And then you can clip your heels together and you can go, all right, cool. So we have what we need to do, huh?
Do you have someplace in the mall that you feel comfortable in.
Well, me and my bros are going to meet up at the burger joint for dinner.
Actually, Solomon, I'm gonna say that you have this. You remember there's a place where you don't feel kind of like pressured or judged or feel like you're in Arrested Development in.
You talking about the Lucky Dragon?
Yes, I am actually.
Like the Lucky Dragon?
Maybe I don't know about your feelings about the Lucky Dragon.
It's a lot of food for a cheap price.
As you say this, I think like a bell clicks with the rest of you that the Lucky Dragon Chinese buffet, which is actually part of a mechanic in this game called the base, which is during character creation, during pre-game, you and the rest of everyone else who's going to be playing this game make a space where your characters as Genos feel like they can exist unburdened. They are free to be themselves in all of their glory, and they can and it's also a space that their community regularly passes through.
It's a Cheeto run Chinese buffet. We all love to chill in. Assumably separately at this point, but maybe together
Yeah,
soon.
and in this case, it was a Chinese buffet that they decided to make together. And I have there's a few fun tags that came with that. Like it has arcade machines inside of it, on top of good food at bargain prices. And
Stable Wi-Fi.
It's
always important.
Yeah, and you don't fight in a Chinese food buffet. Everyone knows that.
The only person who's allowed to fight in the Chinese food buffet is Jackie Chan, and only if it's in a comedic way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll
But
say a peanut butter chicken.
yeah, but I don't think Jackie Chan's going to show up in the middle of this Nebraska mall. Instead,
We
unless
can
they want
always
to make,
hope.
unless they want to make like Police Story 8.
Listen, we can always hope and we can always wish.
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't think that will make that appear in this mall.
I just want me some good old sweet and sour chicken.
Yeah. But so as you say this, he's gonna be like, do you feel safe there? Does it feel nice?
Yeah.
Pretty nice place, honestly.
Then that might be the thin barrier you need to make this anchor work.
Right, so we gotta find the Lucky Dragon in the Endless Hell Mall. Oh, cool.
Lucky for you, all you gotta do to get someplace is really want to. You're still gonna have to travel to get there, but it'll at least orientate you. I had to learn how to do that. Before I did, I was eating shoe leather. And there's a bunch of, like, skate shoes on the wall that you see are missing chunks.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, gross. I'm not eating shoe.
Red, yellow leather. Yellow leather.
It's more dye than leather at that point, but either way, okay, I'm not eating shoe leather.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
We gotta get out of this fucking Hell Mall.
And over to the Chinese buffet.
Well, he goes, you gotta find your anchors first. What's something that you want to get back to?
Peanut butter chicken.
My teammates.
Okay. You need to find something that reminds you of them.
A football.
That might work.
Yeah, football, star quarterback, threw 4 touchdowns in one game. Hey, how you doing?
Does it need to be like an actual football, do you think? Or like, can a symbol of a football work?
I mean, the way this place works, I wouldn't be surprised.
Which way would you not be surprised by?
The symbolic football thing.
Oh, okay. Can I roll to see if I have like a generic ass like 25-cent gachapon machine that has a football in it to turn hell's gachapon?
Is this an actual gachapon, or is it one that you manifest, I guess?
Oh, it's something that is in a backpack that I'm carrying with me.
Okay. You can try, but I do not know how well it's going. Can you call specific things when you want to?
If I have the place cards for them, I can get things from a specific set.
Okay.
So this is a check to see if I have a place card, because if not, then there's like a 1 in a trillion chance that a football would come out.
I'm going to say you don't have a place card just because that would undermine the entire story.
The plot says
but
no.
I will let you roll for it, though.
How close can you get?
So just 2d10?
2d10, and then tell me any tags that you think might be relevant to this roll.
For being able to use Hell's Gachapon?
Yes, specifically for using Hell's Gachapon to call upon a football.
Ooh, I don't think I would have anything that would help with that specifically.
Well, I mean, you do have Hell's Gachapon, so you can.
Oh yeah, so just use
you're at least getting a +2 for that.
Okay, so then that is a total of 12.
That is not enough. You do get a tennis person who looks like the gross approximation of Maria Sharapova.
Oh, you mean from Tennis No Sharapova?
Yes.
The anime that they made of her.
Uh-huh. I thought it got really weird when it was like she is the daughter of 2 dragons and her destiny is to destroy the world, but all she wants to do is play tennis. But you know, you get
These
what
are
you get.
dragon powers to play tennis
Listen,
real good.
Sports anime sometimes go really weird places.
Yeah.
But yes, you do not get a football.
Well, do we want to set up for a episode break?
We're all sitting around watching you, like, get your, like, shitty little gachapon thing.
Yeah, it is like pretty much one of those gumball type machines, or it's like it's a grocery store gachapon machine that like kids don't even call a gachapon machine, and it's just carried in a backpack. And you can't really make out what is in any of the tiny capsules.
You just carry that thing around with you? Nerd.
Yeah, but look at this Sharapova-chan figure that I have now.
Did you steal that?
I found it in the Hot Topic that shut down like years ago.
Okay, that tracks.
Congratulations on your tennis waifu.
So what would be the rest of your anchors?
Thinking really hard, just...
There has to be something that your character wants to get back to.
Absolutely there is.
It might be art. It just being able to do art.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a family member. It might be a friend. It might be someone that they love.
Yeah, it's...
There's no fucking Wi-Fi here. There's no internet here at all. Internet.
He needs his internet and I want to go home to my mom. She'll be
yeah,
really sad if I go away forever.
So, what do you think is going to be a good representation of your internet and thus your ability to watch streaming anime on Crunchyroll.com? Please sponsor us.
Hey, subscribe to Funimation.
Oh.
You should be watching. TM. What about your mom?
Oh.
What is an item that you think would be representative of your desires, I guess?
Ironically, I think it would also be like an art related thing because she was one of the people who was always supportive of what I did. Not how I did it though.
Uh-huh.
Not into the whole breaking and entering to fucking plaster over abandoned buildings and stuff like that. But very into the supporting the arts kind of deal. So a combo of the two things. Either I have to find an art store.
Announce that out loud.
I think so. It's just kind of like thinking. I gotta find an art store.
And with that, I think we're gonna stop for a break and see. I'll see you guys here for the next episode of Exceptionals.
Like Chad says, all right, now he's in like coach mode since now he wants to get the fuck out of here. He has a goal. He has an objective. He's like, all right, team, break. And then claps his hands. That signifies the episode break.
Oh.
Awesome.
Dei Su.
Hello there, I've been Eric, aka Rhythm Bastard, and you can find me on my website, rhythmbastard.rocks. You can also find my music on Bandcamp at rhythmbastard.bandcamp.com and support me on Patreon every month at patreon.com/rhythmbastard.
I'm Gina Dazer. You can find me online on Twitter at ADASER and on patreon.com at patreon.com/Gene_a-Dazer.
I've been Sahoni. You can catch me on Twitter at Sahoni_stuff. That's SAHONI_stuff, where I work as a game designer and podcaster. You can catch me on my other podcast, Barking Points Memo, which you can find at Barking Points on Twitter. It is a current events comedy podcast where we talk about the news and make jokes and try not to drown in existential dread. You can also catch me talking about on Twitter my own game, Exceptionals. Exceptionals is a game inspired by X-Men about the communities and spaces that marginalized people make for themselves. I say right on the cover as a tagline, it's a game about community, activism, and kinetic I-beams.
I'm Madison. You can find me on Twitter at QuipsterRikuru. Rikuru spelled R-I-K-U-R-U. And you can find anything else I'm up to posted over there.
Hi, I'm Sam. You can find me on Twitter at Froonding_Loom. That's FROONDING_LOOM.
Hi, I've been Luke, your Game Master. You can also find me currently on the Multiversal Q podcast at multiversalq.com, where my co-host Devin and I are going through every issue and every story arc of the Ultimate Universe of Marvel Comics. Sam, Madison, and Janine, who is not on this podcast, we've got a Pokemon thing coming up. If you follow my Patreon, I've got a promo of that up, or depending on when you're listening to this, the full Established Property Playhouse matinee series might be starting. You can also find me on Twitter at @Coltreg, that's KOLTREG. Thank you again for listening to RPG Pals Club. We have a Patreon set up where if you donate money, you get things like early episodes when available, bonus content because we have some really weird outtakes and more. If you don't have money because we're living in a hellscape right now that we might not know if it's ever going to end, we have a Twitter where you can send us words. We have a Discord that you can join and join our shenanigans, catch some Pokemon on that. And always, if you are enjoying this podcast, please tell a friend, write a review that helps other people find us. Drop links to us if you're ever on the social media. Thank you very much. Stay healthy, stay safe. Catch you next time on RPG Pals Club.